Shall we check horoscopes?
Sure.
It's for the week of April 16th. Hey, Tails, you're a Leo, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Sorry, it scrolled on me. I keep scrolling uncontrollably. I can't focus on a single thing. Due to adverse weather conditions and severe delays, your next stop this evening will no longer be Party Town.
Well, I mean, it wasn't anyway. There wasn't a whole lot of parking happening.
Let's see, I'm a Taurus. Remember, it's always a good idea to wait at least 30 minutes before going ahead and defecating in the pool.
Don't do that.
Oh. Sorry.
Glad I don't own a pool.
Your body will soon go through a series of new and exciting changes, thanks in large part to the amazing reconstructive work of Dr. Howard Rosenthal.
I don't know who does it.
Me neither.
I don't know if it's supposed to be a reference or not.
Life may seem like one big game to you, which explains the little plastic tokens, the six-sided dice, and your repeated utterances of sorry.
Guess what?
You did it? And now it's like one of those German grenades?
Yeah,
Those aren't actually any stronger. The stick grenade, the old pool cable you back people with.
Yeah.
Now let's see how it functions. It's not much better.
It explodes faster though.
Oh. Well, that should be one of the worst ones. Oh, no, actually, no, it won't. I think
This is a steel ball.
I think the balls will also be kind of a pain.
There's more than one.
Yeah, the wrecking ball and the steel ball.
Oh yeah.
Showtime!
Yeah, Showtime. No one should be too different.
Take the star's word for it. That guy Dave from work really had it coming. Yeah, the horoscopes aren't that good.
So equip.
Shocked, Our Planet viewers watch as David Attenborough enters scene to break neck of starving polar bear.
These are all on steel balls next.
Don't just
Jump over and drop them.
balls. How many balls do you need to drop?
1,000.
Ooh. Disney Estate uncovers cache of anti-American cartoons intended for release if Axis won World War II. So what are your thoughts on Disney's current trend of making live-action versions of their classic animations?
If they're good, that's fine. I don't care. I've seen plenty of remakes before.
My concern is that the one I think I see all over else in that
This is all they're making now?
know that characters are massively less expressive. Because looking back at the Disney classics, characters were very expressive, just extremely. Whereas, like, the remake of The Lion King, they're just constantly making lion faces at each other.
Making lion faces.
Whereas before, they had, like, crazy cartoon expressions. Five things to know about Dumbo. Oh, and that's all it says. It doesn't actually say what the 5 things are. Oh, it's a video. Boo. Well, I hope Yoshi's happy with his decision.
I just hope that they use the star the way he should be used. I mean, I gotta admit, a Yoshi survival horror game does
They didn't say
sound
it's
pretty
it said
exciting.
open world
Or
survival.
open world survival, that's right.
It's like-
Although that also sounds pretty appealing, I
like-
don't know.
Like, the next Uncharted would maybe have feature Yoshi.
Yeah.
Uncharted is open world survival, right?
Yeah. Well, it's open world. I don't really know if it's survival.
They might just be trying to get Yoshi so they actually have a chance the next time they make their big Sony mascot brawler. Because the last time they do so, well, maybe they'll do better if they have Yoshi.
I'm doing it wrong with me.
Aren't we all?
trying to get back to that save, and I went the wrong way.
I'm not seeing anything very eye-catching here.
Try clickable, it's the...
Click what? Oh, clickable.
It's their, like, clickbait parody website.
Not feeling it today. Ellen DeGeneres just turned on a Magic School Bus episode for her audience and fell asleep in the corner of the studio. Heartwarming. Stan Lee is set to make his final Marvel movie cameo in Avengers Endgame as Iron Man.
I mean, that makes sense. I think he'll do a good job in that role. So...
Major blunder. Jimmy Carter just accidentally built an ESPN zone instead of a Habitat for Humanity house, and everyone had to act like that was the plan all along.
What?
Damn it! Perils of socialism. Sweden used to be a prosperous nation. Then they became socialist. Today their country is known as Venezuela.
What? That's not how geography works?
Best celebrity ever. Chris Pratt showed up at this fan's death to weigh his heart against a feather to find out he was worthy to pass into the kingdom of Osiris.
Well, that's good for him. I find it a very inspiring move on his part.
Well, it depends how our way. Beautiful. This aunt spent all month researching hentai, so she has something to talk about with her nephew this Easter. Science for the win. NASA just posted a tweet announcing that they're thinking about doing a lunar eclipse tonight if there's anyone interested.
No, go back and read that other article.
Oh, you want? Okay.
I think it'll sound really silly.
Why? Because I'm the one reading it?
In part.
For many individuals, it can be difficult to find ways to relate to young relatives with whom they have little in common. But here's a story of an amazing woman who isn't letting age differences stop her from connecting with those she loves. This aunt just spent all month researching hentai so she'd have something to talk about with her nephew this Easter. Beautiful. Now this is what family is all about. For the past 4 weeks, 57-year-old Allison Wilder has been diligently researching everything she can find about Japanese erotic manga, so she'll be able to bond with her 16-year-old hentai-loving nephew Dylan at her family's upcoming Easter gathering. She's spent night after night combing hentai message boards, figuring out which series and fetishes hentai fans are currently excited about. She even bought an English to Japanese dictionary so she could read untranslated comics and understand what the schoolgirls are saying when they have sex with squid monsters and reanimated corpses. Thanks to her hard work, Allison is now more than ready to have long conversations with her teen nephew on Easter, not only about well-established hentai tropes like tentacle porn, but also more obscure hentai subgenres involving bondage and incest. In the past, I would ask Dylan about his interests, and he would simply respond, hentai, and the interaction would completely fizzle out from there because I didn't know what he was talking about, said Allison. But this Easter, I'm going to go right up to Dylan and say, hey bud, happy Easter. I've been reading some of Henmaru Machino's comics, and the way he draws women having sex with animals is unlike anything else I've encountered in works of bestiality hentai to date. We'll be talking about hentai all Easter long. There you go, Allison. Dylan's going to be absolutely blown away by how much his aunt knows about one of his favorite hobbies. This heartwarming story is proof that the power of family is great enough to overcome any differences. And it's absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, I like things in the way I read it.
In part.
I'm thirsty, but I'm not going to be here long enough to justify another soda. 6 poems about slime written by idiots.
What?
Since the dawn of civilization, very stupid people have been writing poetry about slime. We are proud to present to you 6 poems about slime written by idiots. Meditations on the Great War by August Melrose, 1936. Slime, 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 slime. Oh my god, I suck. Give me a bucket of slime to sell to a baby. I want to swindle a baby by selling the baby an 8-shilling bucket of slime. For 11 shillings, slime is made of slime. Slime comes from worms and cows and spiders. And slime comes from hell. My pet boa constrictor definitely wants to eat me. And I'm going to let him do it. About the poem.
About the poem.
August Melrose, 1894 to 1936, is one of the stupidest people to ever be born in England. He fought in World War I, where he was wounded by sticking a fork in an electrical outlet during the Battle of Verdun. After the war, Melrose worked in a London restaurant as a man that people could punch in the stomach if they didn't like their food. His only poem, Meditations on the Great War, over the course of 18 trips to the toilet in 1936. He was eaten by his pet boa constrictor 2 days after completing the poem.
Well, he follows through on what he says he's going to do, I guess.
I don't like it. So how are you enjoying the steel ball?
It's not going as slow as I thought it would.
Better
The
than the
multiplier
grenade?
is good.
It's more consistent than the grenade.
Yeah.
You just don't get to kill skeletons, really.
And the multipliers are a lot harder per target, but the ×3 for any of them means that at least it's only 3.
Number 2, Christ Buys the Devil's Slime on eBay by Andre Agassi, 2006.
2000.
Slime is disgusting. It's green and it's wet. Goats squirt out slime in a powerful jet. And each day in hell, at high noon without fail, the devil himself squirts slime into a pail. The devil has udders on his belly like a cow. And he tugs on them and screams, "My slime comes out now." The devil milks his own udders, he gives a hoot and a shout, and instead of milk, it's slime that squirts out. Should I continue?
The discomfort in your face when you switched and realized what was coming up was hilarious. You're just like,
Why am I bang myself in the corner. Satan's slime squirts into the bucket with a sweat awful sound. Some slime gets in the bucket, but most squirts on the ground. When the slime bucket's filled a sufficient amount, and Satan logs into his eBay account. He writes, "I'm selling my slime. It smells like the shitter. And every day Christ the Lord is the highest bidder. Every single day this happens, the devil squirts slime into a bucket. He sells it to Christ on eBay. When Christ gets the bucket of the devil's slime, he drinks it and it gives him a headache. He has to lie down for the rest of the day in the kingdom of heaven." About the poem.
if it weren't so implicitly lewd, it sounds like lyrics to a They Might Be Giants song.
The Christ Buys the Devil's Slime on eBay was written by the tennis legend Andre Agassi, and it is widely considered to be the worst poem ever written. Agassi clearly gives up trying to make the poem rhyme by the end, and everyone agrees the story described in the poem is disgusting. After writing this poem, Andre Agassi was banned from Wimbledon forever.
It does, though. It sounds like a... Especially the Christ buys the...
The name?
No, in like the middle when he actually says the line.
Oh, that was awkward.
But it was funny.
Because it was awkward.
In part, but it was also just funny.
My favorite thing to have in a bucket, a riddle, by Humble, 1811. So you'd like to hear about my favorite thing to have in a bucket? Let me tell you, it's a special and disgusting thing. I love this gross thing. Can you guess what it is?
It's slime.
I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with wean. I'll give you another hint. It comes from dogs and worms and goats. Many people think it's disgusting. Many people carry around in buckets and say, I hate what I've got here. Guess what? It is. Guess what my favorite thing is to have in a bucket? Give up? Well, here's one more hint. The first letter of the lines on this poem spell the answer. B.
What?
Oh, I read out the first letter of every line.
Oh, that's the only letter?
No. SLIIMMGGEB.